So would that be the reason why black men date white women more?
No, I saw that. I
You saw
you
his
add
clip
it
because
in.
I wanted to ask. What was your thoughts?
What you think? Why do like now?
Why
So
do I
the
think
question was more like athletes. She asked
I
some
asked him
NBA
about
players,
the athletes, but in general, why do black men date white women? In your opinion, just be honest. Is it because they're more easy?
let
And
them
I
say
say
no.
that.
How you gonna say they more easy?
I'm asking. I say quote unquote.
It's a lot of different reasons.
Okay.
I think this is just my opinion.
Okay.
Right? No doubt.
These just like my observations and the things that I've
From
seen.
what you
Okay.
experience.
White women make themselves more available.
In what ways?
They be around. They show up. They
Yeah.
know where the athlete's gonna be at.
Right.
I have heard
They
that.
pop, and then with the athletes and all that shit, like you got to keep in mind, it's like tears to the like college, and then like the professional and shit like that. They hang around, they
that
linger.
That's
They'll
what Too
sit there,
Short said
they'll watch
yesterday.
you strike out all night, and it don't affect your chances with them or nothing. They want to be down, so they make themselves more available to the shit, as opposed to playing hard to get. Act like you don't know this motherfucker. They be knowing. They know the stats.
But I'm going to say this, and I really want everyone to hear me when I
that's a
say this
good
right
one.
now, though.
Uh-oh.
Listen to this, though. I want black men to learn and really do better, because one thing about these white women is as soon as they don't get their way or something rubs them the wrong way, you are an N-word hard ER.
Listen. She going all off the reservation. We not going into all of that. The question is, why are and I don't even believe that black men at large are dating white women in general. Like you can say athletes are getting with snow bunnies or whatever, but a lot of those athletes are married to black women. They just don't get highlighted because it's not something that we celebrate or we want to put on the front page because it's just not salacious enough. But the reality is, I have interviewed multiple different NBA players. I got a little bit of motion myself as far as visibility, and I will tell you that the bigger you get, the more visibility you get, the more that they notice you, the more that they put themselves in your way. They will make themselves available to you. They will shoot their shot, and they are going for it. Conversely, when I talk to women that, black women, and I say, hey, and it don't matter how old they are, how young they are, whatever. And I ask them a lot of times and I say, hey, would you ever shoot your shot or whatever? Because shooting your shot could be you putting yourself in a position or you giving certain hints or whatever. And I ask them, would you shoot? I ain't never gonna ever go up to no. And that's why they get what they want, because they go after it. They are intentional. They show up. They know all about you. They will research you. They will go and scan your entire social media profile to learn everything about you. And that is why a lot of times you see a lot of these guys with them. It's not based off of the fact that, a lot of times they choose them. A lot of times these guys are getting chosen. You're not really hearing me right now, bro. A lot of times these guys are getting chose, and the women are giving them the perception that you selected this woman. Yeah, of course, as a man, you 100% are going to, no, you got to participate too. You got to say yes. But when they throwing it in front of you on a regular basis, or you always in front of it, or it's always in your face and all that, what do you think is going to happen? If you stick around long enough, somebody gonna pick you. That's just the facts. Now, whether you can stick with it, whether you can get the ring out of them, she going off the reservation into a different conversation, and I want to explore that part of the conversation. So I'm gonna continue to play the video, but reality is that a lot of these women are the same. Modern women are the same across the board. I don't think that black women or white women in American culture are either better than the other one. Yeah, they may have some characteristics that you like or you don't like, or whatever. But in general, they are all toxic. Women are toxic in American culture. But when it comes to proximity, what they shoot for, who they going after, it don't matter if you in college, it don't matter if you know, after college, it don't matter if you what industry you in, if you got motion, they gonna figure it out. They 100% are going to figure it out. Facts.
And
You'll be
that's
that
the
anyway.
truth. You'll be that anyway, but you really
Yeah.
gonna be that, and they gonna take you to court and take everything you have, because unfortunately, although black women are powerful and are feminine and are divine, just how we are as women, we're so powerful, but white women are powerful in America. And when they say something, it's going to make a difference in the community.
They go for the gold. They go for the gusto. They 100% suck that wealth up out of you. Shout out to Tiger Woods.
Unfortunately, and y'all keep messing with these white
Who
women,
is
and then
y'all? You ain't
I'm
never
not
seen me
saying
with
you
no white
too,
woman.
but I haven't even seen Paul with a white woman. I'm just saying black men do this, and then when they're coming down and they have their downfall with these women, they want to run to the black women for support, and it's like, no. At the end of the day, black women are the most loyal statistically to their own men. And people could say I'm not black or whatever it is, but I date black men. And also, to your point, black men don't cheat. Every black man I've been with have cheated.
That sounds like a personal problem.
How is
It
that
is a
my
personal
problem?
problem.
Wait,
What are you doing that's making these men cheat on you?
So this is where I...
Pick it
Other than
wrong.
them talking, get all angry and shit and be accusing them
see
of being
that?
with white women.
see that? See
Yeah,
that?
you projected on me and I just got here. I'm a guest.
Yeah, honestly, I do think that it's more or less proximity than anything. I'm gonna put a link to the podcast so that y'all will be able to check it out for yourselves. But I do. I think that it's proximity. I think that they are much more hunters than other cultures. They are definitely going to be showing up. I was talking to a couple of NBA players and I said, man, like, how do y'all wind up even getting on this or whatever, so on and so forth? He said, dog, they got our whole itinerary. They know, because the NBA players a lot of times already know. They get a list of every single hotel that they're going to be staying in, for example, the entire season. All 41 away games, they already know. They know exactly the team hotels, whatever. So they waiting. They know the lobbies to be in. They know the clubs to be in. They know the environments. They know where all of these guys live. They know the majority of where they congregate. Over in Michigan and Detroit, Metro Detroit, let's just say Metro Detroit, because most of the players live in one particular area, and that's Birmingham, Michigan. Most of the NFL players, most of the NBA players, most of them, some of them live over here, some of them live over there. You got your gross points. I know a couple of them that actually live in downtown Detroit. You got Birmingham, you got some West Bloomfields in there, and they sprinkle all around, but most of them live in the same environment, in the same area, and they all congregate in the same spaces. And so the women are studying them. They are talking to their homegirls. They doing all of their reconnaissance. They are hunting these guys now. And you don't see the same level of effort when it comes to black women. I'm just telling you. Now, you could take that to mean whatever it is that you want it to mean. You could take it to mean negative. You could say that they thirsty. I'm telling you that they get the results. That's all I'm saying. The results speak. The results matter. The results are what they are. And these women are getting chose. They rocking out, and they going to get with these guys. I still at large think that um, the majority of athletes, they not even really getting married like that. And if they do, I think that the majority of them, and I could be wrong about this, but I think that the majority of them wind up marrying because a lot of times they get into their relationships before they even get into the league. That's where a bigger problem is. But I think that a lot of them, I'm not even going to say the majority of them, a lot of them do find themselves in relationships with black women. They marry them, they get with them, they rock with them. A lot of times the black women play the background and all of that stuff. They don't get the accolades, they don't get the success, they don't get any of that stuff. And so, you don't really get to see it and it's not as visible, but it's always going to be on the front page you could just name a bunch of athletes. The most famous athlete in the NBA today, which I would argue is LeBron James, they don't really celebrate Savannah like that. They don't really highlight that. As a matter of fact, the last thing that I heard about Savannah, Kevin Gates was coming at her, and they was trying to throw shade at him. You know what I'm saying? Just because a lot of the white women were thirsty and they was going after the NBA players. Anyways, let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. Teach Henley, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. Peace.